Hey guys, so today I wanted to film for you my favorites video. These have been some products that I've been absolutely loving. I also have a product that I can live without here on my channel today. And if you watch my channel, you know, especially if you watched my last couple favorites videos, that I haven't been shopping for makeup products, and I've just kind of been utilizing my makeup collection and just revamping things in my collection. So these are products that I haven't used in a while, and I kind of just rotated them into my drawer, and I've just been enjoying some of them. Like, I kind of forgot why I purchased them, and now I'm just re-loving them. So I think that's also really cool, because I feel like sometimes, me personally, I just get so much makeup, and I have so much makeup that I don't get to utilize my collection, and I don't really use my products. So now I've been trying to do that and enjoy them and get my money's worth. So I'm going to share with you, I think it's about 8 items that I've been enjoying. So the first product, this one is actually new, is the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette. You guys, I am so surprised about how amazing this product is. I really did not know that this was going to be as good as it is. This palette has been a staple in my collection since I bought it, so about a month and a half or so, and I've just been going really hard for it. It's a really beautiful palette. It's got, I believe, 28 shades, if I'm not mistaken, in here. And it's got a really great spectrum of colors. You've got your bolds, you've got your neutrals, you've got your, pretty much like your pops of color. I think that she did a really great job with the formulation of all of the eyeshadows. There's not one eyeshadow in here that I don't enjoy that I've used so far. So I've pretty much used every single shade. You can see the ones I've actually put a dent into. I'm in love with the color. Which one is it? There's one color that I love for my inner tear duct, and that is this shade right here. I love that for my inner tear duct. It makes them pop and it beams. So this palette has so many different shades in it, so many neutrals, so many great transition shades. I think that's something that I look for in an eyeshadow palette and I don't find as often. So I think that she did a really good job of having a good selection and ones that cater to so many different skin tones. I feel like no matter what skin complexion you are, this palette will work for you. So I really admire that about it, and I've just been utilizing it like no other. I think it's absolutely amazing. I know it's a little bit on the pricier side for Morphe, but I think that it is well worth the price point because the formulation of the products in here are really good, and I'm really impressed. So kudos to Jaclyn. She did an awesome job. I really enjoy this. So when it restocks, if you do not have it already, I would definitely suggest that you get it because it is really good and I'm really impressed. So the next item I have been really loving has been this Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess powder. This is a bronzer and the shade is 04 Deep. I love this bronzer because it has just been working well for me. I think that it has such a beautiful color to it. It's very warm with a little bit of red in it, but very neutral. And it does have a tad bit of gray, but it looks really nice on the skin. It warms up my skin really beautifully and it works. So I think the deeper you get in complexion, the harder it is to find a bronzer that really works for you and is not too gray, not too ashy, not at your skin tone. And I feel like they did a really great job of this. This one does have these finely milled flecks of shimmer, but I can promise you that you do not see them when you apply this to the cheeks. So I really like this. The formulation is very smooth. It blends out really well. I've had this for quite some time, but I've just been using it so much. Like, it's always on my makeup table because I always use it. It's what I gravitate towards and it's what I use all the time when I want to bronze up my face. I had to actually switch it out and put a new one in because I just have been gravitating towards it and loving it a lot. So this is like my go-to as of lately, and I've been using it on the daily. The next product I'm going to share is one from Morphe as well, and I want to share with you these 2 brushes in particular. So when I bought the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette, I did also buy the Morphe brush kit, and I brought the sponge as well. and I have been really enjoying the brushes. So when I brought the Jaclyn Hill palette, I also used that opportunity to purchase some brushes from Morphe. So if you watch my review of the Jaclyn Hill palette, you know that I did not own very many Morphe products. I did have a few eyeshadow palettes from them, but I did not own any of their brushes. And I know that they're hyped all over YouTube, and I just wanted to see if they were really worth the hype. And I did buy a pretty inexpensive set, and I have to admit that the set is really nice. I like pretty much every single brush besides one, maybe, but I wanted to share with you these two brushes in particular. So these are the two brushes that I have been loving. You can see that they're a very tapered tip. They're very similar. One is just a little bit longer hair, whereas the other one has shorter hairs. But these are perfect for in your crease. I've been using these to apply my transition shade, and if I want to go in and deepen up the crease, I will go with them as well. They're great for kind of creating that soft cut crease look because they are chiseled. They give you that precision that you want for applying the product. And I've been really enjoying these. These have not given me any problems. When I initially bought them, they did shed like a hair or two, but ever since they haven't been for me, and they're very soft. They don't irritate my skin. I will be honest and say that the barrels feel very cheap, but overall the product in itself is good. I don't have any problems. I washed them. I didn't have any shedding, so I was pretty impressed. I know that Morphe brushes are very hit or miss, but these ones from this collection were very good, and I am really impressed. Not to mention, while I'm on it, the sponge that Morphe has, like mine is extremely dirty. I've been using it a lot, but this sponge has been amazing. I love it, especially for the price point. It's very comparable to the Real Technique sponge, and I feel like the quality of this sponge is so good. I love this sponge for applying my foundation, but I love it more for is to apply any powder products underneath my eyes, because the way it holds onto the powder when it's damp is unlike any blender I've ever used. I think it's better than the Beauty Blender, than the Real Technique sponges, than any sponge I've used, because it just sets the powder so nicely, the way it holds onto it and the way it applies it to the skin. I don't know what it is about the actual material, but it lays down the product really nicely underneath my eyes. So I've been really enjoying it for that. I love this sponge. I think it's well worth the money. It's very affordable. So if you're someone who wants a beauty blender but can't afford it, this is definitely a really great alternative to that. So moving on from that, I'm going to share with you a lip product I've been loving. So I just recently got this Bare Minerals. This is the Boss Matte Liquid Lipstick, and a friend of mine got this for me, and I'm so happy with this. I love it. This is my favorite liquid lipstick of all time. I use this non-stop. This is always on me. It's been in my car because I've just been using it so much, and it's with me pretty much everywhere I go. This is a really nice, comfortable liquid lipstick. I feel like with liquid lipsticks, they can be very drying. They can make your lips like all dry and patchy and cracked and stick, and then they just kind of flake off. And this has been really good. I haven't had any of those problems. Of course, when I eat, it does come off, but it is such a nice formulation of liquid lipstick. It's very thin but neutral. This is my favorite color because it is like that mauve tone that I tend to gravitate towards. But it's so beautiful on. It's very moisturizing. It's a liquid lipstick, but it doesn't feel like it at all. So I've been really loving this. I think that it is a really great item, especially from Bare Minerals. I know that their like specialty is not lip products, but I know they did come out with several different lip products, and I love this one, you guys. This color is gorgeous. It goes with everything. I adore it. It's so good. Now I'm going to share with you one of my favorite brow products. Now this I got at Marshalls or TJ Maxx, one of the two, but it is the Bliss Holy Brow Tinted Brow Gel. Mine is in the color, I think it's like brunette. It's like a really dark chocolate brown shade. And this is what the spoolie looks like. And it comes with this like brush as well as a comb to kind of tame your brows beforehand. and I love this for my day-to-day, especially when I'm going to work. I feel like the combination of the brow gel with the color just makes doing your brows so much easier. Not only does the brow gel tame my eyebrows and keep them in place, but it also gives me some color, and it fills in the areas that are just very like sparse or they just have no hair. So it just does both. It's like a 2-in-1 for me. It makes doing my brows so easy. I create the shape, then go in with this bad boy and just finish it off, and then done. Like, it is really nice. I love it. And I don't know if they still make this product, but any kind of tinted brow gel I feel like would do this, but this is the one I've been using. It's really nice. So moving on from that, I'm going to share with you a highlight, like what is a favorites video for me without a highlight. So this one is from Jouer. This is the powder highlight in the shade Topaz. They did a really big launch of this. I think it was last year. No, I think it was this year in May actually that I bought it because it was around my birthday time. And they had released 3 different shades, but this one is my favorite. I got this in one other color. And when I initially bought it, I will be honest and say I wasn't a huge fan. But the more I used it, especially now, the more I've been loving it. It is so good. So it is the highlight that I currently have all over my face. And as you see, I'm going from like every different direction. And the formulation of this is really nice. It applies really nice on the skin. It does give you really good pigmentation. And the only downside to this is that if you look at mine, I'm going to hold it up close. You see here, I've definitely been using it. But in the middle, you can see that it's kind of just made like these like pebble-like shapes, and it kind of breaks apart very oddly. But overall, the product is really nice. I love the product. I love the way it applies on the skin. It's so beautiful, and a little does go a long way. Like, I put a little bit on my forehead today, and it just was like so super like highlight. So this is a really great product. I love it. From what I can remember, it's pretty affordable too. So I have been enjoying this, and I definitely suggest it if anybody is in need of a new highlight. My dog, he's over here like trying to figure out what's going on. So another item I've been loving has been from Estee Lauder, and this is the blush in the color Shimmering Sand. These were at my cosmetic company store, so I got it for a little bit of a discount, but this is the most gorgeous blush. When I initially saw it, I thought that it was a highlight because it looked so beautiful. It just looked like it would be that highlight kind of reflection that you would see, but when you apply it, it actually has like some color with that sheen. So I'll apply it here. It's got color with it. It's like got a sheen but color, and I think it's so beautiful. It pairs well with so many different colors, and it looks nice on the cheeks. Like here you can just see like the highlighting portion of it, but when you apply it to the cheeks, which is actually what I have on today, it gives you nice color in addition to that like iridescence. So I've been loving this. It looks so beautiful. I can wear it with pretty much anything and not be disappointed. Okay, so the next product I wanted to share with you guys is one from Hourglass. I've had this palette for 2 years or so now, but I think I've been especially loving it in the last couple months. And this is the Ambient Lighting palette. And more specifically, I've been loving the powder here in Dim Light, and that's been my favorite for setting underneath my eyes. So what I'll typically do is go with my per usual Laura Mercier translucent powder and set underneath my eyes, and I'll dust it away and apply a little bit of the Dim Light because I feel like it just adds a little more oomph to the under eye area when I'm going out, and it gives you that really nice like iridescent shimmer underneath your eyes, but not being shimmery, like too shimmery, you know what I mean? It just gives you a really beautiful glow underneath the eyes, and it just brightens that area like perfectly, and I think that it makes me look more awake. So I've been loving this powder, and I've been using it non-stop, and I think that it looks so good on the skin. Like, I really have nothing bad to say about it. It's a nice formulation. It doesn't look chalky. I think that when you get a little bit deeper into complexion, these lighter powders tend to look chalky on your skin, but it does not. It looks really good, and it just gives me the most beautiful glow underneath my eyes. I actually have this in full size, but this one has just been the one I've been using the most because sometimes I'll dip into the other shades as well. So that pretty much concludes my favorites video. Now I'm going to share with you the product that I can live without. So There was a time when I was watching Jaclyn Hill and she was talking about this particular product, and it is the Smashbox Liquid Halo HD Foundation. And I do not like this, you guys. It is very thin. I don't feel like this is on the level of a foundation because it gives you very minimal coverage. This is very lightweight. I think that this is very comparable to a BB cream or a CC cream. And from what I can remember, this was like $40 or so. So it wasn't very affordable. So this foundation is something that I can definitely live without. This is something that I've been wearing to work because it literally provides me no coverage whatsoever. And I just feel like it's something very lightweight for something day to day. So if you're someone who likes a very lightweight foundation, this may or may not work for you. But if you're someone who has any like problem areas, or you're someone who just likes a full coverage foundation, this is terrible. Like, it just feels like water. It reminds me a lot of the MAC Face and Body, like as far as the formulation. It's just very lightweight like that. So yeah, this will complete this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.